custom saying listening, you are watching Grievances Filed with
this guy,
and this guy. This guy and this guy.
High five, man.
High five, bro. Up top. Yes, thank you. That's the first thing. Because Burrow, boring. We don't need to get into him. Tua, we all know
the Bengals are going to blow.
Yes, I agree with that still. Except Burrow will win MVP somehow.
Rodgers and less, but still equal, Carson Wentz. They drafted Jalen. They drafted Jalen Hurts.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles always need a good backup quarterback.
Right. Well,
because their starter's not gonna hang around. No. So
we'll bring in Tom Kelly to have us disagree.
Absolutely. But dude, Jalen Hurts, you know how much I liked him. I was saddened to see that he was drafted by a team where they're really not going to use him unless Wentz sucks terribly or gets hurt. And
which can both are very likely.
But what's more likely?
Oh, he's going to break his back.
Probably. He'd probably
get shingles or something.
Both of those, dude. I don't know how you can root for Carson Wentz. He's not a rootable guy. He's actually he's a very dislikable guy.
Not like dislikable. He's just not.
Yeah, he is, dude. If you would have watched him on
He's Andy Dalton with normal hair. Yeah.
If you would have watched him on Gruden's QB camp, you would know that Gruden was a big fan.
You know who Gruden loved? It was Foles.
He loved Foles, but you know who else he liked?
Who?
Brad Kaya from Miami. Brad Kaya. Who is he drafted by again? Do you remember that?
I don't know.
That should have been my quiz question. If I asked you that for the quiz question, what would you say?
I don't know. Miami.
Undrafted. He was drafted by the Lions.
Aaron Rodgers. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron, let's get into Aaron Rodgers.
In 2 years, where is he going to be playing? Because this year he's going to be playing in Green Bay.
Yes.
And next year he's going to be playing in Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers.
2 years.
Will he take the Brett Favre path and want to?
Actually, no. We'll change the question. He has 3 years left on his $130 million deal.
So he'll finish the deal. He'll be in.
Will he finish the deal or will he be gone?
He will finish the deal for 3 years, but he's not going to want to stop playing. And I think he'll go to Minnesota because then Minnesota's going to be done with Kirk Cousins in 3 years. They will. And then
Aaron Rodgers by week 6 next year. But yeah.
You think Kirk Cousins will suck next year, but then do something the following year to hang around for like that one more year. And then Aaron Rodgers will then go to Minnesota, just as Brett Favre once joined the Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers is a very, very salty and unhappy man. He's always mad at everyone.
He's very much a bitch.
Very much a bitch. And he had actually said he was on the Pat McAfee show prior to the first round of the NFL draft. And he had said, I am going to call, hopefully we draft a skill player. And I'm definitely going to, and they did. And I'm definitely going to give him a phone call after we draft them. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers gave Jordan Love a phone call?
Maybe. I find it funny, though. You look at the parallels. We do math here. And where's my ruler? I don't have my ruler. But there are parallels between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. And you see that as the perpendicularness changes into a parallelness.
Yes.
Brett Favre was 36 when they drafted Aaron Rodgers in the first round, right? Aaron Rodgers is currently 36 years old when Jordan Love was drafted in the first round. Tom Brady was 36 when Garoppolo was drafted in the second round.
Yes, he was.
And how do you think Rodgers is going to react? Closer to Favre, who's going to bitch and moan and leave after doing much of nothing? Or Brady, who went on to win 3 Super Bowls?
Well, we knew that Brady was a winner before Garoppolo got drafted. Aaron Rodgers has.
But Favre has won one and Rodgers has won one.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. I'm going to give you an answer here. We knew Brady was a winner, and he was determined. He's always been motivated off of competition and proving people wrong. Okay, his biggest moments have come when people doubted him. So we knew that when Garoppolo came in to challenge Brady, it only motivated Brady even more. However, Brett Favre won one. Okay, great. Brett Favre has a Hall of Fame career, awesome gunslinger, 300 interceptions, whatever. But when Aaron Rodgers came in to challenge him, it didn't go back to winning. It just went into, like you said, a whole lot of nothing. Aaron Rodgers is a similar way. Aaron Rodgers, sure, had a 13-3 season last year with Matt LaFleur, and, they draft Jordan Love. This isn't – Aaron Rodgers has fluctuated so much throughout his career. They've had really terrible seasons. Aaron Rodgers has been injured here, injured there. I think it's going to lead to a whole lot of nothing. Aaron Rodgers is going to be pissy like he always is. And then he's going to leave town and probably going to, I could see him joining Minnesota very easily. That's a spot for him. I'm calling it right now. But also, this doesn't make sense. As much as we diss Aaron Rodgers because he's, a little brat and he's, always upset all the time at everyone. The Packers were also 13-3 last year. And do you remember to what level of the playoffs they got to?
They got to the NFC title game before.
They got to the NFC. Echo right now? Yeah, they got to the NFC title game.
Echo?
Echo?
Echo. There's an echo. Actually, there's no more echo. Beautiful. Yeah. No, they got to the NFC title game.
Yep.
And they got curb stomped.
They got curb stomped. So you'd think that the other...
By the Triads in San Fran.
Yep, they got trounced, okay? And what do they do to try and they want to overcome that 13-3 and be able to get to the Super Bowl? So you draft a backup quarterback. That makes zero sense. That makes
well, according to all the numbers, they had the point differential of a 9-win team. Their point differential is like 61. They're 13-3. Does that make it does that add up?
Yes. No. It doesn't.
No.
But they were also 13-3, so that means they found a way to win. The 2013 Patriots, right? Think about how many comebacks they had.
Yeah, and then they got killed in the NFC title game, or the AFC title game.
And what did we do? We reloaded. And then what happened? We won a Super Bowl. So the Packers.
But you also kicked Brady in the ass for drafting Garoppolo.
But Rodgers and Brady don't react the same way. They don't have the same mentality.
I know Rodgers is a little bitch. That's why they're going to.
He gets openly pit, and they should have known that. They're like, okay, let's actually draft someone who's going to help us. Like maybe a tight end that won't drop every single pass that is thrown to him in the end zone. Or maybe
don't hate on Jermichael Finley like that.
More of a knock to the guy I had in my top tight ends of all time last week, Jimmy Graham. But Favre actually kind of explained what he was thinking when he was going to get replaced by Aaron Rodgers. He said that, to me, the word disrespect, I think, is perfect. That's the message that it sends to Aaron. Favre explained that the Packers didn't take a can't-miss prospect who slid into their laps like Rodgers did in 2005. Instead, the Packers traded up to take a chance on an unproven player who will do nothing to help the Packers take the next step beyond the NFC Championship game. Is it about winning now, Favre said? That pick says no. And that's exactly what I was kind of talking about, too. It does nothing to help you get past that fringe that you were on this past year in the NFC title game. And it's almost a diss to Rodgers. A kick in the butt, you say. I think it's going to lead to a whole lot of nothing, and then we're going to see the end of Rodgers in whenever his contract runs out.
That's an indictment on Rodgers, though. You remember coming in to when he first got the starting job in Green Bay, who were his starting receivers? He had Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, James Jones, Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley, all those guys.
Yeah, and those are pretty good receivers.
I know. He got handed those. He got a Super Bowl, and then after that, he's got Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson. He still had those guys for a few years, and he never did anything after that.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he still never won anything after that. They drafted Randall Cobb was a first-round pick.
Yeah, I know. So does that mean you just give up on Aaron Rodgers? Are you trying to justify your pick?
The reason why you're paying him the most money in the league at quarterback is so he can elevate the receivers around him, not to go out and then spend a first round pick on another receiver and then pay another receiver $15 million a year, right? What's the point of paying your quarterback $30-something million if you're going to go out and then spend even more money and more picks on receivers, right?
I think what Rodgers has done with his
You
contract,
can't build your team like that. You're going to turn it into the Falcons.
but because Rodgers put himself ahead of the team. Sure, I'm all for getting as much money as you can when you can get it. Okay, and that's what Rodgers did with his contract. He maximized his value, and he's worth exactly that number on his contract. On the other hand, you can't have it both ways and expect your team to be able to load up on weapons when you're also occupying so much of the cap space at the same time. So that's what Rodgers did pick getting money over wanting people on his team. And so I'm going to point back to 2018 when his receivers, besides Devontae Adams, which, you can nullify a number one receiver, was Equanimeous St. Brown and Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yes, he does have an argument that those receivers aren't as good as, or as, what are they, undrafted receivers, end of the round, discount picks. He should still be getting second and third round receivers, but to go out and expect that they, draft in the first round for receivers and, all the time. They picked Randall Cobb, they had Devontae Adams there. The running backs seem fine. Who's the kid there?
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is good. Jamal Williams is good.
Yep. But what about their defense?
Just
think about all the time. Yeah, let's look at, we use the Patriots.
Well, they went out and spent a boatload of money on their defense last year.
And how did that turn out in the title game? And how did that turn out when they played the 49ers? We'll say.
Yeah, they got killed, but Rodgers didn't play well either.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. At least when I think of it, right, you look at the Patriots, sure, they had their Equanimeous St. Browns and Marquez Valdez-Scantlings, right? You have Edelman, who was drafted in the 7th, and you had Amendola, who was undrafted. And, you pick up a scrap guy like LaFell. You get a Chris Hogan, who was cut by...
Why can't Rodgers work with that?
Well, I think their defense, Dean Lowry, Kenny Clark's good. Preston Smith is good. Zadarius Smith is good. You're right. Their defense is pretty good. Their defense, all right, they have no excuses now. I'm with you. Draft
Jair Alexander's good. Yeah.
I looked at their secondary, dude. Jair Alexander, Kevin King, Adrian Amos, and is it Amos or Amos? I think it's Amos. Yeah. Famous Amos. And Darnell Savage. Let's not forget they also have Rashawn Gary from Michigan, who they drafted last year. Dude, they have no excuses. The Packers suck. They also have Mason Crossbar as their kicker, dude.
I know.
I don't know why they're not winning. You're right.
They have one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Oh, my God.
They have Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams.
David Bakhtiari. They have Corey Linsley. My God, dude. How are they not – they have – oh, my God. How are they not winning?
I mean, if they added another tight end and another receiver, that would make the difference. But I think they're going to be a 10-6 team this year.
Probably, right? They fluctuate from going 13-3, and then if Rodgers gets injured, it's usually like a 6-10.
Or being a little bitch, yeah.
Yeah. So you never know. It's funny when Rodgers is healthy, they alternate between going 13-3 and 10-6, and then obviously Rodgers is not healthy a lot of the time, it seems like, and so then they'll go like 6-10.